Boom.
Look at that hoodie. It's like a sad tale, isn't it? It's like that. You know, what's that dolphin or whatever it is that's sad? What were that? What it a dolphin? Or was it a whale? I don't know. Same thing to me. Both fucking terrifying. But that's not why we're here. Can you hear me? Live and direct. Biddly, 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 bo. Yes, yes, yeah. Here we go. There ain't nobody down around here. You know what time it is. The sad dolphin's here. Get that badger in and on and over here. We had to move back to get his greatness in. Free Willy. Yeah, but Free Willy War Piglet. That wasn't the sad one, though, was it? I'm on about the Free Willy were happy, wasn't he, to some extent? I mean, maybe not happy, but hoodies had a prolapse. That's what I mean, Solenum. It's like, what's the thing where it was well documented and apparently the black dolphin had got depressed or something. It was like a whale or something. It was. I don't know. I feel uncomfortable, guys. I feel like I'm not in the right space, in the right zone. What we're saying though, how's everybody's week been? Finally got a bit of football on this weekend, don't we? Thank the Lord. Because I can't stand the international break. It's awful. I've no interest in watching England. We obviously watched England last Thursday. I watched them other night, to be fair. I watched first half when they battered whoever it was, whatever shits it was. In the Twilight Zone. Yes, Joe Depp, welcome also. It's good to see you in. Yeah, I watched them other day. To be fair, you know, I don't want to be that guy, but is that actually his name, War Piglet? I don't want to Flipper. Sad whale. Is it a whale? With a sad flipper. God knows. Who remembers Flipper? Oh, MVG, that's wild. Straight off the bat. Gonna be absent for a couple of underlaps anyway. Have a good one, folks. Tara, how come you're absent, man? Not that that's absolutely fine also, sir, but is everything all right? But thank you for the super chat, man. That's crazy, man. Are you about for the watch along on Saturday, or what are you up to, MVG? I'm hoping you're all right. Is the 1, 2, 3 the legendary? You're thinking of orcas? Yeah, it could be orcas. See, MVG, that's why we need you in here. One of the only sensible ones going. Sad orca in captivity. Yeah, it is. It's orcas. Yeah, the flipper goes sad. It's awful. Why is Corky the saddest orca in the world? Yeah, awful. Shout out to legendary 1, 2, 3 MVG. Appreciate you, brother. Hello to all my pedigree puppy pumpers. Yes, Mingio59. It's coming up with different names tonight. It still works, but yes, Peter White, what's good? Everybody's got like a number after them. What's all that about? Yeets up, Dead Sea. Dead Sea 3 11 540. Why is it doing that? Has it all changed or something? Thank fuck it's Friday tomorrow. Yes, Luke, agreed, brother. My name is AO. What's good? Smash a like for us, guys. It does help and all that stuff, as you well know. The YouTube's been hammering me of recent, to be honest. It's been horrendous last week. I had like literally the shittest views I've had since I started the channel, so it's been not worrying. So I can't suggest that I would worry about such a thing, but it's gets to a point where you just think, what is the point? You know, if you're not going to use it, you lose it. That's what it's. I think that's just a general landlord thing, innit? But I just faintly remember a few landlords when you'd get there, like back in days when they were like 4 a.m. bars were up, like pubs were up until 4 a.m. But it'd be like a lock-in job. So you'd be knocking on the door at 3:30 in the morning and be like, you'd open the door and go, right, you can let you in this once. It's like I've been doing it for about 2 years, but I'll let you in this once. But if you're not going to use it, you're going to lose it. Like, well, all right then. See you 4 in the morning tomorrow night. MVG getting the love he requires. Sad flipper immediately. Yes, Mark Newell, what's good? International suck and blow. They don't half, brother. They're fucking, all those suck and blows, you know, traditionally good stuff. But I must say, I actually think Tuchel has the secret ingredient. And I'm not saying necessarily to get us over the line, because I think there's a little bit of luck in international football in general. But you've got to go for it a little bit more than we have done. But it's not just that. I think Tuchel will do that. But I just like that he's called fans out. He said it were a library, didn't he? And then all fans really went for him and he took that really well. Dropping Bellingham, everybody's had a piss and a whinge about him because you're not allowed to drop Bellingham. He's the best player ever, which is fine. But he's, you know, he'll be in the side, won't he? But I think it's a call out. It's to rally the troops. We've got quite a lot of talent, haven't we, at England? So why does Bellingham have to be there for fucking Latvia or whoever it was that we battered the other night? Who were it? You know, they played well the other night. You don't need Bellingham. This idea that it's like, you know, the world don't go around without him. Yeah, 5-0 to Latvia, beat Wales 3-0. You know, they've done well under Tuchel, to be fair, but it is only, you know, they're all shit teams. But, you know, you can beat what you're beating. You can beat what's in front of you, can't you? All right, MVG. Well, I hope. Are you off on holiday, I'm hoping? Take care, regardless. Yes, St. Ellen White's. That England game confirmed one thing to me, that Keir Starmer is a wanker. Understood? Political up in this bitch. Political up over here. Over in and on and over here from the offset. Take it easy, MVG. Thank you as well for the super chat, man. You're a legend. Avatar 2, but entirely based on Sad Wales. You know me. I didn't even know there was an Avatar 2. So, based on Sad Wales. I can't imagine that, but why? What would I know? I don't know. I don't know whether it was or not. Yes, Avatar 2, The Way of Water, is based on a storyline involving whale-like creatures called Tulkuns. Fucking hell. Well, honestly, we're only here to learn. Shout out to Mingy and MVG. Are you doing a watch along for the Burnley game? Says AO. Yes, indeed. I will be. I will be. Certainly will be. It's a big game, isn't it, on Saturday? So just watch Farke's presser. Well, I watched it this afternoon, but quite a long. Although I thought it was longer than what it was because the video 42 minutes. They've stopped cutting it down, haven't they? They used to they got a bit of shit when he'd do his interview, and then they'd cut it down to the start point where he actually starts talking, because you can edit it afterwards. You know, like in a live, I could edit the start of this out, for instance. Not that I do or can be asked, because there's no worth keeping in. There's not worth keeping in, but so it's all got to be taken out. If I started flicking through, I'd go, like, get rid of that. 3-hour video would last about 15 seconds. It'd just be saying hello and bye, and then doing a couple of shout outs for legendary 123 MVG. Yes, Clem Fandango. Why is it doing that? It's making me feel like I've got new people. It's making me feel like the fan base is going through the roof. Fan base. I always call it a fan base by accident. It's genuinely an accident. Joe Depp, Farke had 2 weeks to work on a DCL Nemecha alongside Peru up front formation. Yes. Well, that's all he'll have had in training ground as well, won't he? So he will have been stick them 3 up top. Just in a straight line on that Christmas tree hype. Do you remember that Christmas tree formation on I can't remember, Championship Manager? He certainly will be. Certainly will be. Shawnee Longstaff, mate. Yes, Ina. He's changed everybody's name. I can't cope. I can't work out. Tuchel is playing international football like he's managing a club side. Does not work for me, pal. Fair enough, man, but I'm all for it. I think he's coming with a bit of a different energy, synergy, and I think it's working for me. So, and truth be told, I don't really give a shit, but I've kind of always liked him, to be honest. Kind of like how he is when he had that spat with Conte, and that I think he's got a bit about him as Tuchel, and I think I'm looking forward to World Cup to some extent. Obviously, got a bit of business to do beforehand, haven't we, Leeds United? Good man, Ayo. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll go live about 2:30, maybe. I think game's a 3 o'clock kickoff, innit? Yes, Arse Ripper. What's good? Chris Howarth. What's good, brother? Bryn Jones up in this bitch. 1970s Leeds legends. Flipper and Skippy and Bush Kangaroo. May the bell ends assemble, Mark B. Yes, sir. Straight in with the bell. Is it CH's birthday? Where have we got that bit of information from? See, because I don't know how V is. It's throwing me right off this. It's killing me softly. Where's CH at? Because I'm presuming that's Mark Bradley. It's throwing me right off this. Happy birthday, CH. James was in training. DCL banging him in front of everybody. Love it. Yeah, James is in with an outside chance of being in squad, isn't he? Which is a bit mental. Slightly concerned that Okafor is like, you know, in every single press conference, he seems to mention that Okafor's not necessarily fit. You know, I don't know what he's been doing. Adam Underwood talks about his role as sporting director. I'll read that in a bit if I can be asked. I don't know why everybody's getting the knickers in a twist about Harry Gray, to be honest. Yes, Anthony Calorie, what's good? I'm all right, old boy. Are you? She sat next to me. It's Chris Howarth, but I'm not sure. I've got confused. Is CH Chris Howarth? Marky 123, no B. They called him Flipper faster than lightning. Lightning? If Tuchel wins the World Cup, do we take him on with a 2-season contract to win the Prem? I think if Tuchel came a calling, obviously, given that Farke won't be here forever, but I think Tuchel would be, you know, to get a manager like with as much pedigree as we spoke about last week, it'd be awesome, wouldn't it? And then, like Joe Depp says, yeah, no, we get Big Ange to win it in his second season, and it'll be cheaper. Yes, indeed, but it'll also, you've also got to put up with him, haven't you? Yes, I loved your quick ship vid, Jack, and now we know why Ramazani was not being picked by Farke. Thanks very much, dude. Appreciate you tuning in, sir. Didn't see Pascal train. I've not watched the training. Is that inside the training ground thing that they do? I've not seen it, to be fair. So, if it is the case that DCL's been banging the goals in, we're in good shape, aren't we? Yes, Anthony Calorie. I'm on top of it today, mate. It's one comment sends me on a draft on a drift, and then I go. You have another, and this is how it goes. Nobody do it how he does it. Shout out to legendary MVG and Ming, who is now called Mingio. But yeah, I don't know why everybody's getting the knickers in a twist about Harry Gray, really. He's only a youthful man, isn't he? I mean, I don't know whether it's right, but I saw somebody somebody shared his Instagram and he's like gone blackout on the profile. And that hopefully he's not too big for his boots, Stormzy style. So Farke was very polite about Scott Parker as well in his interview, which is, you know, it doesn't surprise me one bit. But obviously they've not, I mean, you know, they're not bottom. They've got 4 points. We're currently 4 points clear of them. And it is a bit of daylight. I mean, I've seen it going around Twitter today that whoever wins this game secures 19th, which is a bit harsh, but, you know, yeah. We've won one in the last 5 of it. Oh, it's my only worry. I don't want to go on like long spells of not winning games. So obviously, we won, draw, loss, 1, draw, loss. 20 So we need to get a win back. We need to keep that win-draw-loss going, don't we, really? I believe. Yes, Philip Anderson. All right, Jack and everyone, just smash the like for you, bro. Buzzing for the upcoming match. 4-1 Burn at Leeds. Thank you very much, Doom. Thank you for the like. Appreciate you, big man. And smash the like for us, guys. It does help. There's 42 of us in the room. Let's get them likes up in this bitch, and then we can get a poll going for a 3 points incoming. Love it, Philip Anderson. Absolutely, brother. Mingio and Longstaffio is catching. Joe Deppio, nearly really slipped up then. Apologies, Joe Depp. Farke is always polite as it is professional to be. I agree. There's no point, I always thought it was lame when that Enzo from Leicester manager. I just think you end up tripping yourself up, making yourself look silly, really. And really, it's not. It's not all to do with fucking Scott Parker, is it? What we're up to? Do you know what I mean? I agree. It's like, why would I be? Because he got asked. I think he got asked something along the lines of, "Have you watched or their games, or have you been comparing out, or to how we've stepped up in comparison to them and stuff?" And it's like what I've said from the start of the season before it even started. That's not what it's about, is it? We're in competition with ourselves. It ain't about whether Burnley or Sunderland are doing worse or better than us. It's a bigger league in it than us, Sunderland and Burnley. So there's a lot more to be done. Apparently, he was reported for his profile pitch, so I'd take it down. Is that right, Anthony Calorie? Shout out to BMG for no reason at all. You know it. You know it, and you know it. The Brasilia connection. So good they named him once. Mingio. What the fuck? Why do I have 61 at my end of the name? That's what I mean, RPM. I don't know what's going on. Borleo. Given our injury-prone player list, would it be a bad idea if we sold Gray to Spurs for a decent profit instead of keeping Gray and hoping he doesn't pick up injuries? I wouldn't worry about his injury, and that's his controversial comment of the day. There'll be another to come. There always is. But I won't worry about his... I won't worry about him having a little injury when he's 16, 17. The only reason you'd sell him is if I thought you were going to finish that by saying a bad idea to sold Gray to Spurs for a decent profit instead of keeping Gray and hoping that he doesn't pick up injuries. I thought you were going to say and hoping, that he doesn't end up being decent, because really, he's got a long way to go before he starts bringing Archie Gray money in. It'd have probably been better off in Championship this year as a 17-year-old. The likelihood of him getting in our side this year, I think, is really slim, unless he is that guy. And then if he is that guy, you keep hold of him, don't you? But I don't know why. I get it to some extent, but why we get so hung up on certain players, and it is, if we're honest, because his second name's Gray, and Archie Gray was obviously good for us last year. No, the year before now. Fucking hell, that's a mad thing, isn't it? That Jesus, two football seasons ago. I don't know why I preference season with football seasons, just in case you thought I meant 2 seasons, as in spring and winter, or autumn, spring, winter. I don't know what order it comes in. Not even mentioned summer yet. So 78 is 61. This is the 78 RPM Savvy 61. Because there are at least 60 other 78s. Brutal. I wish I were 61. So die. BMG, my name got a number randomly added to it when I created it for no apparent reason. Bollocks. YouTube needs to sort it right out. Arstrip has not fallen. He's not fallen accustomed for it, though. Although he doesn't appreciate it. I've been robbed. Where's my numbers? Yeah, he doesn't appreciate it. Harry is better than Archie. It's been said for a while already. Yeah, but only by his brother, truth be told. And if you've got a decent relationship with your brother, you always say your brothers are better at everything anyway. I always would. So, and even when they're not, that's what that sounds like, doesn't it? I always say that, even if they're not. That's basically what that sounds like I mean, but that's not what I mean. You know, will we keep Harry? I personally believe so. We wouldn't get a fee as it is now. We would be tribunal award. So we would be lowballed for 1 million, like last lad to Spurs. Well, yeah, because he's at that point. That's why all the hoorah's coming out about it, isn't it? But you know, there's gonna be, if Tottenham or something come in for him, he's gonna have a decision to make, isn't he? But he's not going to get in their side. I'm sorry, but the third in league, 2 points off top, he's not getting in their side, and they won't finish third. Like Bournemouth are still fourth on the same amount of points. It's fucking mad. What is mad as well is how teams creep up. So like everybody signed Man City out, didn't it, at the start of the season, including me. To be fair, I don't think they'll have enough. They're only 3 points off Arsenal, and you know, oh no, they're not. Yeah, they are. They're 3 points off Arsenal, 2 points off Liverpool, and 2 weeks ago everybody were banging on about Liverpool being, you know, the best team, and then we've got away all season now that Arsenal have the best squad now, and it's like, well, didn't Liverpool spend an absolute fortune this year? They won the league last year and then spent a fortune this year, and they somehow don't have the better squad. How's that works? If that's not the case, then Arsenal are really underachieving. So, BMG, are we going to discuss the wanker socks rolled down, good with both feet, or better than expected in the air 11s tonight? BMG, I think we should separate that. I need to get prepared for that. Chris Howarth, nobody knows, mate. We are literally on the spot here trying to work it out. So I don't know. All I do know is that YouTube's going through some serious changes, because it appears to be anyway. So, or are we going to just list actresses who's got them out? Yeah, don't get me going back on that fucking on the football thing again, pumping that football up again. YouTube doesn't know what to do with arse ripper. No, chat full of imposters. That's what it feels like, doesn't it? You got my number. No, competition with brothers is always something. I don't think it is. Not publicly, privately perhaps, but not publicly. Certainly not the relationship I've had. People, I love it. Me, somebody bigs up one of my bros, I'm like, get up. Best thing ever. It's like, feels like I'm getting paid a compliment for something I hadn't done. I'm all for it. All for it in the workplace. Privately, obviously, if we're having a kick about something, or you know, if we're trying to complete a bouncy castle assault course, then that is, you know, some serious shit. Or if we're having a jog down road, or even just trying to drink a pint quicker than one another, serious competition. I got an email from Amazon saying we found something you might like. It was a bloody Badger t-shirt. Sensational. We love to hear it, Joe Depp. That's also concerning that they're listening into absolutely everything at this point, but there's no way he's going to 78 RPM. I think it's a really bad move for him, 78. So Farke always, here we go, Richard Roth. Farke always pushes players out of the club once he holds a grudge over, and the Leeds fans want Farke as manager, gets rid. I don't think that's true, big lad, at all, but I really don't. I think it's overplayed, the grudges that he holds. And how many genuinely do you think he's got wrong? Once you pop, you don't stop. I don't think he's got any wrong. People going on Twitter the other day on about Jed Spence because he's in the England squad. That's not even his player for a start off. He sent him back off loan. He tried to get him into a few games. The bloke apparently does have a bit of an attitude problem, bit of a big timer. It just doesn't matter. He wasn't our player, so it was, and we still went up. And we got all that money for Archie Gray. He was playing in the same position. Obviously, I know he put Spence at left back at times, but we also had Firpo when he got back. Firpo was the best left back in the league. So we didn't need Jed Spence, whether he's a good player or not. I actually like what he said about Jaden Anthony today, because Jaden Anthony got quite a lot of shit while he was at the club, or suggesting that he wasn't good enough, or that, you know, well, just the whole thing, you know. And it was nice about Jaden Anthony, and it's like Jaden Anthony's had a pretty good season thus far for Burnley. I mean, I've seen him score a few, so, you know, and he's not at the best side, is he? 4 goals in 7 matches. What's our top goal scorer got? You know, I just think some players, like, it's probably not as hard as I'm making out. It's probably Okafor on 2 or something, is it? Yeah, Okafor on 2. Everybody else only got 1. So, you know, Longstaff in there, of course. Longstaff on the assist as well. So, Jaden Anthony, you know, he's having a hell of a season. Even if he stops now, he's had a decent season, hasn't he, for them? 4 goals, 1 assist. He's just unlucky that he'd have played more had Somerville not been an absolute monster in the league, which he obviously was. The 61 is a bit unsettling, to be fair. You can't beat a 1, 2, 3 because it's like A, B, C. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Don't know the words though. BMG, I'd say the best plan with Gray would be to do pretty much the same as we did with Archie. I give him enough games so that a big team gives him a big fee. Much harder for an attacking player. It's harder for an attacking player, BMG, without a doubt, and it's a lot harder in the league we're in. You know, Gray could spend a lot of time a couple of years ago hiding. He didn't, but I'm sure, as every player hides a bit, we was dominating the ball, a lot more opportunities from just to get on the ball, not have to do much. What did Gray really do? He scored a deflected goal, didn't he? It was good for us. I don't know if it was worth the money that we got for him at the time. You're obviously buying potential, aren't you, as well with him, and I'm sure he'd be a very good player in times to come. But Harry Gray's shown nothing to warrant Tottenham's signature, really. So I don't know why. I don't know why people are clambering to get him in either. I honestly can't believe that people think Farke wouldn't bring him in if he was good enough or ready. I just think he'd bring him in. Why wouldn't he? But he's not gonna. If there's any doubts, he's not gonna. 58 now. CH, could all smash a like for us, guys. We've only got 42 likes. Got 58 people up in this bitch. So if we could smash a like for us, guys, it proper helps. Let's get them likes up to 50. At least my man Fiddy. Hey, personally, I'd rather we keep Gray and build him up as a decent striker and then sell Gray to Spurs for 130 million. That's the dream, isn't it? Hey, that is the dream. Roger Slicker, Gray's well overrated. Eddie, too injury prone. Fucking hell. Frank was a steady Eddie. His son Andy never reached the heights. I never saw his talent. Young Harry holds his own in the youth. Oh, the Greys are well overrated, right? I see what you mean now. I mean, I don't think Eddie Gray's overrated, to be fair. He was a tremendous side at the time. Harry holds his own in the youth is honestly like the most mundane, mind processing procedure that I have to go through when we start talking about under 21s. Mark B's on board with it though. But yeah, when we talk about under 21s and stuff, banging goals in, you know, Joseph scoring tap-ins for Spain under 21s, I just think living in cloud cuckoo land, man. Farke's the man because he's playing 4-4-2 this week. No, he's not, Joe Depp. Don't ship me up. We're keeping that 4-3-3 hype. Richard, mate, come on, that's a load of shite. What did Richard say? Oh, that Farke pushes players out of the clubs. He's starting a war here, is Philip Anderson. Farke building an empire at Leeds United. Get up, war piglet. Get up. 78 RPM Leeds fans that think we know more than Farke should all be called Dick with a random number. To be fair, we've all got the random number inclusive of you. To be fair, 78 RPM. So Cresswell, Jadon Anthony, to name a few. Spence, I knew Spence would end up coming up, but Spence don't get anywhere near that. That's not fair. Anthony again was on loan. Burnley took him. He stayed in Championship. He's gone up with them. They're not really signing anybody. Make an argument for both. We were better off with Solomon than Anthony. Solomon can't get in the Spurs side, but neither could Anthony. So it's a weird one. It's a weird one, but Jadon Anthony's not right. Cresswell, everybody uses, don't they? Let's see how Cresswell. Also, guys, when you're decent and when you are winning championships, the championship with 100 points, you're going to ruffle a few feathers, aren't you? This idea that all players must play. So who would you have played over? Rodon and Struijk last year, and who comes into that? Because you're not going to play 3 at back just to get Cresswell in, are you? You're not going to play another forward just to get Jadon Anthony in. We won the league. We're pissed. We dicked the league. So I don't know. There's always an over exaggeration on like the fact that players have to play. That's what I'm saying. Spence didn't play, but we had Archie Gray, Firpo, Bogle. Oh, we didn't have Bogle at the time. No, we didn't have Bogle. We signed Bogle in replacement of Archie Gray, who, he's better than Jed Spence. So you're making us a lot of shit about Daniel Farke. There's no need for it. Richard Roth taking a beat down, but I agree. The problem with Harry Gray is that it will be harder for him to shine and attract a big fee compared to Archie, who did it due to versatility. Harry has to impress as a striker and in a really hard league. Roberts as well. Look what they are doing at other clubs, says it all. Roberts. I don't remember who Roberts is. Somebody help me out here. Roberts. What about Tyler Roberts? You're not on about Connor Roberts, are you? You hear about Connor Roberts, dude? Fucking head's gone a bit here. BMG, Okafor's a slight knock which slipped under the radar a bit in the presser. If Harrison ain't ready, we only have Harrison 3 at the back anymore. No BMG, 4-3-3 all the way. But Harrison I'd go with anyway myself over Harrison, to be honest. But it did slip under the radar. They make me laugh, the fucking interviewees. They're chatting away, nattering shit, asking him soft, weird questions, like just not moving it on. Then he says, Okafor, got a knock. And they just never asked him again about it. It's like, I'm like, Okafor's got a knock. Well, can we discuss this, please? Gray was a good deal. I presume that means Archie, Joe Depp. It was a mentally good deal. Yeah, it was Dalmatian sensation. Emma Oliver, evening all. I'm very nervous about the weekend. We just can't lose this game. I really think we need to win. I also think we need to win, to be fair, Emma Oliver. I've been going in and out. I've been like, it's not a must win just on the basis that it's a long old season. And it's not a must not lose because it's a long old season. But we don't want to be losing these games. We need to be winning these games. These are the ones that you need to just... You don't want to be going into next games thinking, what next? Where next? Like, where's the next points coming from? Obviously got West Ham at home, then we've got Brighton away. So, we do need to... Burnley, West Ham, Brighton, Notts Forest. You need to be getting 6 out of them 4, really, however they come. I don't know whether it's better sometimes for team morale, which I don't normally agree with necessarily, but in terms of getting on a bit of a roll, draw with Burnley, beat Brighton, and then beat West Ham or Notts Forest. I don't know. Sometimes I just think, are you better off beating like a better side like Brighton, who I don't think they're not in the richest frame of form, are they, Brighton? or the 12th. They're a point above us. But I just sometimes think, it's a bit more of a scalp, innit? Then you beat one of bigger sides. Not that they're a big side. But I don't know. Just get some points. Yeah, if you're on that Connor Roberts, that's crazy to me, that. BMG, exactly, Jack. Archie was okay and very good for his age, but the fee was 90% potential in terms of impact/output. Bogle has outperformed, got graded by far. With Bogle, we had the best wing backs in the country. No, in the league by a long way for me. I thought they were both absolutely brilliant. And Archie Gray, as good as he is as a player, and he's got a higher ceiling than Bogle, but it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to reach that ceiling, does it? And I know Bogle's a man. I don't actually know how old Bogle is. 25. For some reason, I've just typed Jaden Bogle into Google, and Goodmanson's popped up as ESPN. Which doesn't make a right lot of sense. And just for absolute proof and clarity, I mean, it'll just be a thumbnail, but, we're too real over here, aren't we? We don't lie, so let's get... How's that, Jaden Bogle, then, fellas? That makes sense. It looks like him. All the information's right. Jaden Bogle. It does look like him. I think it's his hair, but just there's something not quite the same. There's something really telling that's just slightly different. Oh, I've lost where I am in chat, boys. Oh, it's because I've knocked it off, haven't I? Oh, bollocks. This is where it starts. I've got it. Ming. Went to Asda for a value nozzle, flange, oiled up nipple needle, adapter, pumper thingy. When I asked, they called security. Get up, Mingy. Get up. That's a comment of the night so far, big man. That was during the marathon last week, wasn't it? Tremendous. Gray's a 4-0 up, 5 minutes to go player. I agree with that, St. Helens Whites. That's where I'm at. That is where I'm at. 100% BMG. It'll be interesting to see how Harry adapts and strives in the top flight. I don't think he'll get much game time unless, like St. Helens White says there, 5 minutes to go. And truth be told, how often is that going to happen? Joe Depp feeling the negativity? I'm not so sure, to be fair. I don't know if it's negativity. There's Richard Roth's giving it the big one a bit, but it's good to read, isn't it? It's good to see. Creates that dynamic. Might be worry about Saturday, Joe. Might be worry. What do you mean? Joe Depp's not having none of it. No, Burnley's one of our 6-pointers this season. Joe Depp, you got to go with Joe Depp. He called it last year with Parab Parisley, so... BMG, if we can somehow give Harry some games and he shines, we could get a big fee, but a striker to light it up. See, BMG, I'm so on board with that, but this is what I'm saying. Let's not worry about the big fee. The big fee comes with the performances, doesn't it? So really, all we want from Harry Gray, is him to come into our side and be good enough to start now, and then worry about all that in 6 months at the end of the year where he just goes, Jesus, we've got a genuine player on his hands here. We've got a 15, 20 goals a season striker on his hands. That's the panic. I know you're not panicking, BMG. It's just the topic of discussion, isn't it? But we don't need to be, we don't want to think, get him to get a few goals and get a big fee for him. It's like, no, we want him to be the next Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, don't we? And then you think, fuck, what we're going to do here? How we're going to hold on to him? We've got another fucking Leeds Island on his hands. And then then you get the money. The money comes with the performance, doesn't it? The better the performance, and the amount of shit it'd get. If we had a fucking Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank on his hands now in this league, we are creating chances for Calvert-Lewin. Hopefully, he can start converting a few more. But it pretty quickly it gets you out of some real shit, that, doesn't it? You feel me? You dig? You dig? You dig? You dig? Fucking hell! I mean, old fucking. You dig? You dig? Have you seen all fixture changes in December as well, boys? I'm getting behind on comments. 78 RPM. Injury-prone players don't do 577 matches like Eddie did. It was awesome, world-class without doubt. Only best was better. I obviously don't know 78 RPM, but that's also, like you say, a tremendous amount of matches to get through. I mean, the players back in the day, I must say as well, were significantly less injury-prone, weren't they? Is that fair to say? I think I don't know this scientifically, but the more finer tuned you are in the body, obviously the better performance you can get in terms of sexual things. The better performance you can get in like running, sprints, shuttles, getting about, covering space and stuff. I think obviously players have got more of that in them, but I think they're overly oiled, and then that's why little niggles happen. And I think back in the day it was a little bit more like rough, rugged, and raw, and don't know, the body, the body went where the mind told it to. Whereas now the mind doesn't matter. No, the mind doesn't know. The mind thinks the body knows. Do you know what I mean? Now, before it was body, the mind doesn't know, and now it's the mind knows too much. That's what I think it is. Used to be in the 70s and 80s, the mind didn't know. In the 2020s, it's the mind knows too much. Min getting his supermarkets. Got to get his supermarkets in order. 4-4-2 against Burnley, really? Holy fuck. Holy fuck, what the hell is Farke at? 4-4-2 should be used when we are playing Liverpool's Ash Horlinals. Man shitties of the Premier League. Teams like Burnley, we should be 4-3-3 all day, every day against everybody in the league anyway. Fuck it. Not 4-4-2. Emmett, I'm up from London for the West Ham game. I'll be in the Moot All Arms on the Thursday afternoon. Anyone be around, as I have no friends? Very, very, very potentially, Emmett Oliver. What time on Thursday afternoon? I could come out for a swilly. I'll be at work till, I don't know, I can't call it. But I'm definitely out on the Friday because both my brothers are coming through. So it's my brother's birthday that weekend. So we'll be having a few beers on the Friday night and seeing it in with hopefully a big victory on my brother's birthday. Get up. Oh, it was over the tannoy. I've got you. I'm feeling far behind again. Never been to Aldi. Don't feel like I'm missing much. I like Aldi. Or is it Lidl? I think it's both. I don't mind either. Do they both have the aisle down the middle? And they're bang on about that aisle down the middle. But I do like a browse on that aisle, I must say. Julie's JackCity mug has arrived. Gates up, War Piglet. Forgot about them, to be fair. Thank you, Julie. Much appreciated. I don't receive a penny because the website's a rip-off in it. So thank you for purchasing that. It's funny. Thank you. Yes, Scott Lee, welcome. Roger Slicker. Eddie would make those numbers 25 years, average 15 games a season, 10 of those subs. Oh, I don't know. You're whipping stats out there, Roger, and I don't know whether that can be true or not. Always the fucking same ray of sunshine. Nice piggy. I'm behind. Emma Oliver, Tanaka and Aronson have very little turnaround time from internationals. Worried about them. Yeah, he alluded to the late flights as well, didn't he, Farke? So we are going to win against Burnley. Love to hear it. Philip Anderson, love to see it with the eyes and hear it with the ears. Fuck the draw. We should be winning, says Arse Rip. I love to see it with the eyes and hear it with the ears and be able to speak it with the mouth. So how many points from them 4 games? If you take 6 points out of them 4, you're laughing, aren't you? 7 is like pants down, stick it in territory, innit? Philip Anderson banging the 4-1 Leeds Burnley. Burnley 3 points and West Ham 3 points. Happy days, Scott Lee. Well, then you're into Brighton United and just having a look at that point, just going like, you're going in coasting, you're going in literally in form, aren't you? Yes, Julie, evening all. Just dashed home to see War Piglet and watch the famous Underlap live. Also got War Piglet a 6-pack of Badger beers. Happy days. Get up. I can't believe I didn't prepare any Badger beers for the live. I forgot about the Badger beers, to be honest. This is the problem with having a few beers while I'm doing it, because I just can't fucking remember it morning. I'm like, oh my God. What were we talking about last night? I'm honestly, once I go past like 5, I'm not joking, it's 5 now, and I'm not going to pretend it's like white girl wasted, like I just don't know what day it is, but like day after, I'm like, and we do rattle through quite a lot, don't we, in the time we have together. So I think 7 to 9 from the next 4. That'd be immense, wouldn't it? 78 RPM. Yes, Roller Blunt, what's good, brother? Evening all up, everyone is okay. Can we all send Mimi some love up at hospital? Her mum's found out the worst news and everyone has heard it as. So there'll be no Mimi tonight. Hope everybody's good. That's awful, Roller Blunt. Send my love to Mimi and yourself as well, big man. That's terrible. Mimi, I'm sure we'll be getting... That's awful, big man. I hope you're all right. Seems to be something every fucking week, guys. It's awful. I hope you're all right and all, Roller Blunt. You're a top lad, and Mimi's a top lady. You're a top couple in the melting pot. Just be there for each other and keep us posted as well, big man, on what's occurring. You're well thought of on the channel, as you well know. BMG, literally, I said that very posh, didn't I? It's because Roller Blunts shook me a bit. So now I've thought, right, I need to be a little bit more serious on the channel all of a sudden. Literally, they only must-win games are if you'd otherwise be relegated. But especially considering we've let points slip, we do really need to win. Or at absolute worst, draw. I've always said, if you can't win them, don't lose them. And a mug, Julie. Roger Slicker says, it's defeatist looking to scramble a point a game. Oh, Roger Slicker, what on earth are you talking about, boy? What a load of bloody hog's wasp. Is it bollocks to be realistic about what we need to achieve this year during the football season across the 38-game calendar? He's just suggesting if we keep going on, 4 points from every 4 games, he's saying, there's a win and a draw in there, isn't he, Roger Slicker? He's just suggesting over a 4 game, if you break it down into 4 games, how many 4s go into 38? You do the maths. Shout out to Mimi, says Mingy. Shout out to Mimi, says Mimi getting the love she deserves. I agree with Arseripper. Burnley is a mystery win. Mystery win. Else, we are in crisis if we can't pick up all 3 points. We're not in crisis, champ. And we're certainly not. We can't talk about being in crisis before a crisis has struck. If you are Farke out because he let Spence and Roberts go, you need your head. You need your head red. I'll red your head. We ever spoke about that Tiger advert? I'll red your head. Mimi getting the love she deserves. Thank you, Solomon. Not thank you, but, you know, Roller Blunt needs to see it. It's appreciated. How have you managed it 78 RPM? Fun fact, Tyler Roberts is known as the Gloucestershire Messi. I like Tyler Roberts, me. Can't be happy for mediocrity every game. We haven't been mediocre, have we, Arse Ripper, in fairness? Bogley's not too far from an England call-up, in my opinion. If there's a friendly and a couple of right-backs out, he could easily get called up. Joe said this at the start of the season, didn't he? And I would have been inclined to agree with him, and I did jokingly, you know, because we was also on about Kyle Walker at the time. And not currently under his current guys, and he needs to hit a little bit more form. Chris Howarth, I am CH, which is what we like to hear. And I am CH. Shout CH, the absolute warlord. Chris Howarth, the 9605 warlord. Bogle Black. Bogle Jackson. That's Goodmanson. That's what I'm saying, guys. That's not him, is it? That's not Bogle. I do watch the games, you know. Those aren't Bogle's ears. They're certainly not. I agree. Who they used for Gabby? I don't know why it even popped up on. It's not going to do it against. I don't know why it came up like that on ESPN. See, it's never done that before. So just strictly for Bogle, we've found a hack in the system, guys. On that 4-1 Bryn hype. Burnley is a must win. I think it is. I'll go with must win. Sending love to Mimi, Julie. Mimi getting the love she deserves. Cable reel sides are flanges. Cable reel sides are flanges. Cable reel sides are flanges. Peter White, expand. Once we break 40 points, integrate Graymore. Yeah, again, I don't, unless he's ready, I don't think he'll want to piss around. Honestly, don't think he'll be messing. I don't know what that's in reference to, Mingy, but we'll be lucky to get a point. Then West Ham. Nuno will have whipped them into shape, so I think 1 point. I don't know. I don't think it'll work out for Nuno. That's my hope. Anyway, Mimi's here. Guys, my mum is in recovery. She's just woke up. She's doing well. Thank you all so much. Fuck cancer. Fucking hell, Mimi. Hope you're all right, love. It's awful. Shout out to Mimi and Roller Blunt. Friends of the channel. That's awful though, Mimi. I hope you're all right. We want them in Europe, 78 RPM, but we want them with us in Europe, don't we? One more chat up for Mimi and Roller Blunt. Horrible. It's not negativity, it's ironic sarcasm. Is it, Roger? Mr. Whitesnake up in this bitch. Every game is a must win. Every game we lose is an end of the world. Doomed, I said. Doomed. We're all doomed. Yes, Mr. Whitesnake. You are doing well, AO, to be fair. I feel like Thursday nights are your therapy, man. I feel like everybody keeps you knelt down and calm, relaxed, and you know, just like a nice cool towel on the forehead. Mimi getting the love she deserves. Shout out to Luke. Mimi getting the love she deserves. Terrible. The White Snake, Mr. White Snake. Emma Oliver, a lot of chats about selling Harry down the line. Sorry, I just hope we stay up, build on it, and be fighting for Europe in 2 or 3 seasons with Harry at the club. I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer. Dun, 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 dun. Well, that's 2 different songs, isn't it, Jackie Boy? But BMG, I agree, RE Gray. That the fee will come if he performs. But in our position, it would be very helpful if we could get a huge fee for a fairly unproven player. I loved Archie, but we had to sell. Yeah, I mean, obviously take the dummy money, don't you? To be fair, but if and when it comes in, just take it where you can get it, don't you? And just in general, like pussy and beer, innit? Just take it where you can get it. Doomed, Doom Bar, pint of doom. Working pub and they're like, I'll have a doom. My mate will have 2 Johns and I'll have a doom. Pint of the dark stuff and a doom, please. Doom Bar. Doom Bar. Mimi getting the love she deserves. That truly 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th and 6th. That hope the recovery is going well. It's a crazy world. Roger Slicker. It is from me. I can't vouch for others. Jack's vlogs are usually happy places. You can't fucking win for losing round here, can you? 78 RPM, you are spot on about the fine-tuning. Modern players are pushed to limits. Back in the day, they were physically safer because of beer and ciggies. I do think there's an element of the beer and ciggy lifestyle, though, 78 RPM. And just obviously, I do believe, and, you might not agree, but because I don't know for certain, to be fair, as I wasn't here in the eras, but I haven't been through all the eras. But I don't think it was as physically demanding, even though it was more physical. But just general contact. You'd be surprised how, well, I wouldn't be surprised. Nobody'd be surprised if you're not surprised. I'm not requesting that you are surprised, but I think you might be surprised how, no, I'll just say it. You'd be surprised how, like, battle hardened you become once you've been in a few battles, don't you? So when you're not, I think your body gets hurt easier. So I think you pick up injuries, you pick up knocks. A dead leg is only a dead leg if your big brother punches you when you're a kid. And once he's done it a few times, 2 weeks later, you're like, well, that didn't hurt as much as the first one did. And then it's like, I fucking get you back now. You know what I mean? And so there's less in football now where it's like big tackles flying in and that. And they go on about big tackles back in the day. And I know some of them were horrific. And when you watch the highlight reels, it's like studs are everywhere and that. But every tackle was bigger, wasn't it? Bigger. So it doesn't matter. There's not a great deal of difference between them. I think there's some big tackles going now, and the big tackles don't injure players. I know there's obviously the horrific leg breakers and that. But when the big tackle goes in, they get sent off, but very rarely does the player come off. And then he'll be running down wing, full tilt, do a cutback, and he's pulls his hammy, doesn't he? So I don't know. It's a weird one. The injuries are very weird. They're probably overtrained. But when finely tuned, I don't know. I've lost my train of thought, I think. Good day to you, sir. Gomez Gang. It's a good name, by the way. Graham Pickles, the future. Lost one to City, can't afford to lose more. Yeah, I think there's a long way from to go. Julie Neary, thank you, my dear. That's very generous of you. Thank you. Julie Neary, who is another one of the members of the couples evening that we have going on. Mimi and Roller Blunt. Julianarian War Piglet. 78. Don't you two start again? Yes, Pat Dunn. Thank you, dude. You're a dear daughter and all, Pat Dunn. I appreciate you in every single sense. Cheers, Jack. Just popping in. Got stuff to do. We'll watch back later. Hi in the chat. Thank you, Pat Dunn. My dude. Tamush. Like, I've still not seen this poem. I've been now re-reminded of it. Jack, did you get a chance to watch Hail and Pace? I recommend. Did. No, I didn't, mate. No, I didn't. I've typed it in again, so who knows? Maybe I'll get round to it. But I'll tell you I will, and I do mean it when I say it, and then I won't. So, snake, Mr. White snake. Emma Oliver, I drank with Best a few times in London. Get up. Bestie used to pop into a pub I used to visit off the King's Road. Bestie would have a half pint glass, 3/4 filled with Chardonnay, topped with lemonade. Sweet baby Jesus. That sounds like a problem. You got a problem? He's got a problem. The bestie's got a problem. He's me bestie, but he's got a problem. No lie. Jack, do you think Be All starts on Saturday? No. It's a tough one, but I can't see him starting unless Roden or Struick are injured or suspended. Maybe get some minutes if we're cruising in the game. If we're cruising, he might come on. But I don't think he comes on in that position if we're cruising. I think Farke hides him somewhere. I don't think he'll bring either of them off. And I don't think he should. We get 9 points, you Debbie Downer. Thank you very much, Mr. Whitesnake. It's rare that we get called a Debbie Downer. I'll take it. Oh, understood, Ina. Got you. Richard Roth seems to have upped and fucked off, to be fair. I went to Aldi for a bag of sugar. Came out with a wetsuit, tent, 6 chairs, table, parasol, and an overdraft. You are lying, Roger Slicker. I enjoy the comment, but that, my friend, is a lie. Truth or lie? Would I lie to you? BMG, random thought. Does anybody know how Junior Firpo is doing? Once I've caught up on the comments, BMG, we will find out. Mimi getting the love she deserves. I think it's the same person, AO, yeah. Roller Blunt has been shortened to R Blunt. What the fuck is going on? I know, it's horrible. It's doing me head in. Mimi getting the love. Hey up, boys. Hey up. Don't start a beef. Number gate. It's number gate, Mingy. Agreed. Yes, me. Yes, he is. Agreed, Mimi. It's fucking horrible. Jack, your posh voice sounds like Lukewarm from Porridge. I've never seen Porridge, unfortunately. I have seen a rip-off of it on Bo Selector, but I've never actually seen Porridge. But my mum's assured me. I can't remember whether my mum assured me it was funny or my mum assured me that it wasn't. So a point a game keeps us up, so that's hardly defeatist. It's the Premier League, not the second-rate Championship. Yep. Right, let's try to catch up here. Crisis? What crisis? BMJ. Jack will Google lukewarm. His face will drop and he'll spit that lemon out. Right. Well, I was trying to catch up now, but fuck it. Lukewarm from Porridge. Oh, guys. I don't think that's appropriate. After all the beautiful women we had on last week. And now it's lukewarm from Porridge, so... But, you know, if something comes up, it must come out, as they say, so... Bring him in. Bring him in. I went into settings and edited handle. Everybody get on that. Get on the settings and edit the fucking handle. It's awful. Love, bro. Defo needed the underlap today. We lost twice last season to Burnley, so our turn now. 3-0 leads. Love a 3-0 leads, and we've got an extra incentive as well this weekend for Roller Blunt and Mimi to go get the bag, get that 3-pointer. Get a bit of positive. That's what footy's all about as well, isn't it, Roller Blunt? That's what it's about, big bad. Just fucking 90 minutes where you can just forget about things and just think, fuck it. Because it's pointless is football and sport, ultimately, when big things like that in your life are happening. So I appreciate you, brother and Mimi. Brother and sister. You're not, obviously that's not what your relationship is. But if I'm calling you brother, I'm going to call Mimi sister. And then I don't want you to think... Try to be funny in this scenario is probably not the way to go, Jackie boy. But it's all love, dirty roller blunt. So you're a top lad. Mimi's a top sister. Mimi's the best sister you could ask for, sir. BMG, if you watch Bucket Man by Mickey P. Kerr, Tyler Roberts scored a belter. Shot along the ground from 30 yards. Not sure who it was against. If you watch Bucket Man by Mickey P. Kerr, fucking honestly, it's perplexing. What I meant is we can't earn 3 points from the Premier League teams. Well, I suppose if we can't pick up 3 points, we're definitely in crisis. Played 4 games, 1 assist and 2 yellow cards. Thank you very much, Mr. Whitesnake. Google, you've helped me out. Roger Licker, Christopher Biggins, I think. Christopher Biggins. I've not heard his name for a while. Is he still alive? I don't want to get too far behind here. Christopher Biggins. Yeah, he's alive. 78. He's alive and kicking. Christopher Biggins is fucking king. 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 Right, I'm trying to catch up. Missed the hour, need to change it back to 9 PM, lad. Yes, JT, welcome though. Straight in there. Chat GPT, want it, Mr. Whitesnake? I like a flange. Does the Swan story have a flange in it? No, we were youths. It's definitely flangeless, Mingio. It's flangeless. We didn't even know what flange was at the time. Roller Blunt. Leave Gray where he is. Let him bang him in. Gain confidence. No rush. DCL will be cooking soon. If DCL does get proper going, nobody's getting in over the top of DCL. So, Mr. Whitesnake giving me the love. What you drinking, says Peter. I've had a Moretti, and this is an Estrella. Or Estrella. Like Mr. Biggins. He likes his Estrella, doesn't he? Obviously, with us in Europe, I only care about players in our shirt. Agreed, 78 RPM. Love what auto-corrected to Roger Lickers. Jack, have you seen that guy on TikTok? I don't have TikTok. Smokes, drinks, shots before a game. Looks like a 55-year-old Ronaldo morphed with the Cray twins. Mrs. Sitters, it's hilarious. I don't have TikTok, dude. CH, he is the traditional... I wish, but I don't wish. But CH's initials are nearly, in my mind, are like SC, Santa Claus. The original Santa Claus. He is a legend in Mingio. Thank you, CH. CH, a legend. CH getting the love. Well played. That's like a quick 1-2. And then you receive it out wide and you whip it in, don't you? And you're just providing them memberships. You're providing them memberships. It's a 1-2. Whip it in and then just providing them memberships left, right, and centre, Mingy. Mingy. Sorry, CH. Sometimes I get in. I'm reading comment. Thank you, CH. You're a legend, mate. I don't know whether you prefer Chris Howarth or CH, so we'll do a bit of both. I'll mediate between the two. Yeah. CH getting that love. 100% Jack. The underlap is therapy, and it's an oasis of It's oasis of serenity from all the rest of the week drama. Yes, love it. Chris Howarth, IUCH, I'm guessing so. Mingy back up in this bitch, providing them assists. I can't go 1-2. Although, no, would that be? That's a somebody else has done the 1-2, and it's a square ball, and it just it's an unselfish backed at penalty, backed at 8 yard area, 8 yards out, and then a tap in. That's unselfish. CH has gone with the 1-2, like in out round corner, just whipping them memberships in. Mingy's getting in. He's watching CH on the 1-2. Then he's whipping it in, and Mingy's just unselfishly, he's got a tap in, but he didn't want it, and he just knocks it back. He knows lads on that trick, and he just cuts it back and he just slots it home. I just typed Goodmanson's stats up. Got a picture of Ol Jonsson. Is that actually true, dude? Yeah, I have. Albert. His name is Albert. Take it easy, Roller Blunt. Right, bye, everyone. Gonna go grab the wife. I'll catch up with you later. Enough. Take it easy. Look after Mimi, big man. Look after Mimi. Appreciate you, brother. Oh, my God, as well as absolutely. How do we do refunds on here? Cheers, big man. And Mimi, I hope you both. Yeah. As I'm sure you will, but stay in touch. You're a legend, CH. Sending that love as well to Mimi and Roller Blunt, as they are in need of. Luke, did you get any Badger beer? No. It was mentioned again. I'm going to have to write it down. Because, truth be told, I think what it is the Thursdays, my weekends come around so fast. By the time they've ended, I feel like I'm back here, and then I go like, oh, bollocks, and it's sort of out. But we definitely should have got some fucking Badger beer ready, but stay in the pink with ciggies and drink. Viz t-shirt. Stay in the pink with ciggies and drink. Take care and stay safe, Mr. Blunt. Agreed. I really need to catch up because I'm going to get really far behind. One thing I love about the underlap is that it goes totally off topic all the time, but somehow stays on track. Can only be one genius of that. There's no genius going on in it up in this bitch over here. But thank you anyway, BMG. I appreciate the nice comment. It was being hard physically, not athletically physical. Yeah. Stay safe, Roller. Did you see the state of the pitches back in the day? That was another thing, though. That's what I mean. So, the ball was always up in air a little bit, wasn't it? As in just bobbling about. The touch was immense, really. Well, it was anyway, but it's a different type of touch now, wasn't it? If there's a bobble now, it's players look at ground and go, what was that about? It's like impossible to not take a good touch, really, if you're decent. Coleman balls. Let me catch up, BMG, and then we might get onto Coleman balls, but I definitely don't know that. Open his legs and shows us his class. Has anyone seen the rumours about Chris Wood maybe coming back? What does everybody think about it? Philip Anderson, I've seen them. They've been floating around, haven't they, for ever since probably ever since Big Ange got in to ruin Nottingham Forest. Like everywhere he goes, he ruins. I mean, you take him back, but I can't imagine it happening. Leg speed so important in sprinting. I don't know whether that's something I said Mingy or so, but it probably was. No headbutts, handbags instead of combination punches, pansy refs, and rules killed football. Fair enough. Handbags instead of combination punches is a good one, man. Throw the combo. Throw the combo. It's fucking Don Revy at side. Fucking throw the combo. What is he doing? Throw the combo. If most players today had to play games like 30 or 40 years ago, they'd be out injured for the season after a couple of really tough, physically challenging games. If most of the players today had to play... Yeah, that's what I mean. But also, I must say, I don't think the players of 20, 30 years ago could cope with the pace of the game. I think. I'm not 100% certain on that, to be fair. I think my mind could be changed on that. It's taking people out of eras and then putting them in new eras. It don't work, does it? This is why it don't work. It's like everybody will say, well, nutrition and and pitches and they'll be faster, ball's easier to control, easier to play along, you know, and you just come up with all these things. But you can't help the era you're born in, evidently. But that might have just been your era and you excelled within that era. That doesn't necessarily mean Billy Bremner plays like De Bruyne does. I don't know. I've compared them to. I mean, they would be different players in this world now, but you know, could Billy Bremner compete with? I never saw Billy Bremner, but obviously just know how much of a Leeds legend he is. Could Billy Bremner compete with Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira and David Batty and Dennis Wise? I don't know why he's in my head. Yes, I think he could. Could he compete with Xavi in an Iniesta? I want to say Rodri, but I don't really want to put Rodri in there. Busquets. No, I don't think he could, on the basis that nobody could. Do you know what I mean? It's just so hard to compare eras. It's so hard. I think it was Jamie Carragher said about John Barnes. I think it was Jamie Carragher that the best technical footballer he's ever seen was John Barnes. So it's not technical ability, is it? It's not like John Barnes would still be mint today. Billy Bremner would still be mint today. But the game's gone away from Billy Bremner. It's not, and Billy Bremner, I'm sure, was technically wonderful, but not like De Bruyne is. But Steven Gerrard said, to be fair, the other day that he doesn't know with how football's going whether he'd have, because he had a bit of an edge to him. That's why I was suggesting that Billy Bremner against Batty, Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira. I'm only putting Batty in there because obviously it sticks in my mind as a rough, tough centre midfielder like Billy Bremner was. It could definitely do that. That was a different game then, 20 years ago. Never mind 40 years ago. It's a mad one. This is why I end up so far behind. I've gone off on a real fucking tangent there. And I would like to see the comments about what I've said there, because I think I could be getting a bit of abuse for the Billy Bremner line, but I meant that as honestly as I could possibly say it. Because I think all players really could play. There was probably a time when I was younger where I didn't think that, but I think the role of the player has to change. I don't think Roy Keane would be as good today that he was when I was younger. I don't think he'd be allowed to be. I don't think it's the game. I think the game's changed. It's not that he's... Do you know what I'm saying? I need to get to these comments. Sorry, guys. Yes, Mimi, you're all legends. Honestly, incredible, fabulous. No, the love is all one way tonight, Mimi. So I hope you're all right, my dear, as best you can be, and obviously stick in there for your mum, as I'm certain you will do. But it's a terrible time for you. So much I love. Age has its advantages, says Solanum. It's never been in doubt. We're really behind. John Watson, the French substitute, is warming up beneath me. The best ever line is cunts, in it. He goes, Shearer and Sheringham have both been subbed off. Cunts, because the German defender's called cunts. They only count if they go in the goal. Yep, not sure what the reference is, Mingyo, because we're so far behind. But trouble with Bestie was, even after a new liver, he thought it was just a license to drink more. That is the boozer's incentive in it. It's, yeah. And I'm led to believe he skipped the queue as well, or that Gaza. Has he had it? Who cares? I need to catch up. My nickname at work. I had a customer talk to me in Spanish once. I passed him the item and said cheers. He went into a flap saying, I am sorry. I smiled and said, no problem. Is that Gomez? I'm lost. Brian Clough was proud of having the worst pitch in the league over watering. Colin Hendry, we crossed it to the back post, and who was there to knock it in? Yours truly, Alan Shearer. Porridge pumpers. Whoever said that about Chris Wood, no thank you. He's too old and we don't need him. Fucking hell. I take Chris Wood as a big target, man. Get 10 goals to end of the season. Luke Warren from Porridge. Get him in there, mate. Christopher Biggins. Get him in there, mate. Are we going to do Burnley? We're going to do them. You fancy it? Do we lose one, draw one with Burnley last season? Yeah, it wasn't. We didn't get a great return last year, but it's a different world now. We've got Christopher Biggins on side. 1-0 Leeds, 94th minute header from a Longstaff corner. Gets up 78 RPM. Been murderous 89 minutes that, but we'll take it. 2-0 Leeds due some not bad luck. Agreed. I agree on Wood go profile, but 2 Wood. We only want people for a year at minute though, guys. Yeah, we lost one, drew one, we didn't half. Philip Anderson, I'm doing quite well here. And I've seen a shorts video of Junior Fairport with the Leeds fans at his current club, and he was getting him. Yeah, I saw that, Philip Anderson. It's awesome. It was mint. Mikey Peaker does parody Leeds songs. Bucket Hat is a Bielsa parody of Rocket Man. The video shows LFC footage, one of which is that goal by the Roberts. The Roberts. The only place I've seen it. Banger. Get up. Jack, get JT on. He is Fairport's #1 fan. And nobody believed me at the time when I made a couple of jokes, but I was all over Junior Fairport at the time, but I'd go on Joe's channel and he never really brought up, and then JT would take the stage and I'd just let him have it. But I was so on board with everything he was saying about Fairport. It's funny. It's been a while since we won with routing. I am going 5-1 to Leeds against Burnley as we have the quality to do it. Get up, and let's get up, Mingyo. The DCL goal bonus. We can't do goal bonuses before they've happened, but for the sake of it, we're going to risk it in tomorrow's warm-up video for Saturday's game. We're going to risk it for a chocolate biscuit, and we're going to go with that goal bonus, Mingy. And JT, mate, you need to get more videos out there, bro. Santi Cazorla, captain of the ambidextrous 11. You're on board with that then, yeah? CH getting the love he rightly deserves. Serenity. You know by now, that's the serenity of the situation, BMG. You already know by now. You already know. You know that Susie Dent's on. You know she's here. Stuck up bitch. Thoughts on Rad's coming back for a match? For me, stay away, but many thanks for what he did at Leeds. I think he can come back if he wants. And if he's welcomed by the chairman or whoever the fuck's going to bring him back in, it's none of my business, Anthony Calorie. I agree with some extent. I don't give a shit if he comes back or he don't. Thank you to him and Christopher Biggins for spending so much time on my screen. But, you know, I'd rather see Susie Dent in stands. Most selfish pass in recent memory is Tanaka to Aronson last season when it was about 2 yards out and Aronson shinned it in. Yeah, Burnley were fortunate in both games. 1-0 on Saturday. Yes, Dr. Curris in the wings, channeling your inner Aina. That was the infamous Solomon slip on it. Roger Slicker, do you drink beer fast because you don't like lukewarm? Ah, it's happened again. Old footballers versus new is like comparing bricklayer to a gym bunny. Understood. Is a gym bunny sexy? Bobbles. Flashback to Meslier, Silent S. Agreed. Ever since God were a lad. Aye. 33 and 6'4". Is that your future partner, Andy? Is that what you're looking for? Eddie Gray, great in an era, to be honest. I don't know, but I've been inclined to agree. I think when you got that technical ability, I think you're great in an era. They filmed a porridge at Ellen Road, worth a peek, Jack. Understood. Fittest didn't allow for 2 pints before kickoff and 2 at half time. That was part of fucking. You used to have oranges at half time, didn't they? And that got banned. Never mind Gage. If John Charles was born now, he would be brilliant still. Bremner versus Wise, give us a break. Mingy, I knew Wise would ruffle a few feathers with that. I just meant in terms, I was just thinking of midfielders in the 90s. Batty, Wise, Poyet, Roy Keane, Vieira. Maybe Vieira more not his worry, but my point being is he competes with Dennis Wise, though, big lad, easily. I was not fucking hailing Dennis Wise to being one of the best centre midfielders. I'm just saying that, I just think the era it's changed, hasn't it? He's not up against Dennis Wise anymore, is he? He's up against like Rodri, who he won't get anywhere near. He's up against, as in he wouldn't get to him. You don't get to these players. Busquets, you don't get to him, do you? This idea that you just go lay one on Busquets. It's like, how do you go about doing that? Nobody's anywhere near him. Like, they play deep now and stuff. They're not, it's not the two centre midfielders. They're not like this against each other all day, are they? That's my point. If the best team in the 1970s played the best team today, it would depend on whether they use 1970s rules or today's. That's a very decent assessment, BMG. That's kind of what I'm saying. It's like, which rules are we entertaining? BMG, anyway, the wind blows. We all love Leeds. Using 1970s players today, you would need 11 half-time subs. Does anyone remember sporting superstars and how pathetically unfit footballers were? Billy competes with any player. It's the refs that would be a problem nowadays. I agree. Billy was class. That 70s team was that good, Jack. I agree, Joe Depp. I don't know. Factually, I don't know. But I agree. Evening, Jack. Hope you're well, pal. Big question. Prima Donna Premier League or Calamity Championship? Prima Donna Premier League or Calamity Championship? I like Premier League, man. I can't help it. I like winning loads of games and it's fun trying to get up. But I think it's only fun trying to get up. It's not fun any other time. It's only fun when you achieve it. It was not fun a couple of years ago when we didn't achieve it. You can't ever compare Tony Bowyer to anyone, really. I think unique footballers have gone, mate, as well. Mate, I haven't said mate ever, I don't think. Like, mate. I think they've gone out of football. People going about characters have gone out of football and stuff. I think footballers have gone out of football. I don't think there is any Yeboahs left. And then when there is, it's like a Neymar or something who just gets absolutely no but shit relentlessly for a bit of showboating and that. It's like, what do you mean, man? That's what it's all about. But fuck it. Footballers were less fit than everybody apart from the darts lads. It's like comparing boxers. Cassius Clay was the best. You forget he had undiagnosed Parkinson's while still boxing. Yeah, well, I mean, that's crazy. True, though, it's difficult to compare players now and then. Solanum, be interesting to see Iniesta deal with a Bremner reducer in the first 5 minutes. I just don't know if he gets the reducer there. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if it ever arrives. I see little Heckingbottom on the bench. Fuck him off. Fuck, because it's only fucking Barnsley. Barnsley reduces a mint line in it. Solanum or a Giles left hook. Come off it, Bob, man. I've not done fuck all. I've been it twice. Players of yesteryear would probably end up fist fighting with today's refs. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine reffing one of them games in old days? To be fair, that is like probably easier. In my mind, when we lost Eric Cantona to Scum, we went downhill. They went up. Sad times. I will talk about Eric. He seems to be one of the ones that got away with it a little bit, doesn't he? He wasn't here long enough. And then Man United got big, really, didn't they, then, with him? Like, I know they all like to say that he spearheaded it. The batter's holding the bowler's willy. Batty was a ball winner and distributed to the rest of the midfield and defence. He never had the technical ability of Bremner. You said, I like the name Gomez. I explained the origin. I like the name Gomez also. Thank you for the explanation. I need a piss, boys, and I'm just about to fucking catch up and I need a piss. There's only one JT, and you know it. And you know it. In recent times, the best player we've had is Rafinha, but how far back would we have to go to get a player of his level? Well, nobody likes it. And apparently Cagey says it a lot, as a lot of people tell me. But Kuhl was that guy. I honestly thought Kuhl was fucking outrageous. And if it weren't for injuries, I thought Kuhl was outrageous. 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 Ben and Eubank as gladiators. Is that you know about the TV show? That was mint. I refuse to give a shit about which posh twat suits are sat in the posh seats. Rads can visit. Solanum, love it, mate. That's kind of my point. That's perfectly delivered, brother. Without Raz, we might still be nowhere, so he has the right to watch a match for sure. I agree, 78 RPM, but I'm also on board with Solanum. I'm never looking into them boxes and thinking, who's in there? Like, I couldn't give a fuck. Probably to your Bower, O'Leary era, Vidu Castlebank Bowyer. True story, my rugby playing mate was on Blockbusters and won. Love to hear it, Roger Slicker. Mike's Bird was on Blockbusters, got knocked out straight away, I think. We love that even more, BMG. Jack, I'll give you wood. That's just thinking about Biggins. Oh, Mimi. Well, I was giving return. No, it shall not. Refund. We'll get it sorted. We'll get it sorted, Mimi. We'll get his name. We'll get Rollerbunt's name sorted when the time is. When you when you, yeah. We'll get it sorted. Thank you, Mimi. Big up, Mimi. Very sweet. If 70 players were not as good, why was being truly two-footed then not that big a deal? What happened? Why were they particularly fleet-footed or not? Football's like cannonballs compared to feathers. Footballs like, yes, indeed, that is a big one. The balls were like fucking a brick. Mate, channeling your inner Ange there. I don't know what I did, but I'm hoping I didn't because I can't fucking stand him. I remember Superstars World Cup captain was like Cart Horse, Bobby Moore. I don't remember Superstars. It's what we do, mate. It's who we are, mate. What a dickhead. Name I used to get shit for running about like a bitch, not showboating. Well, Brett, welcome, but that's not actually true because he also got booked. He got booked for showboating while he was at PSG, which is a fucking joke. Getting booked for beating players and flicking it over their head and pissing around on the ball is wild. Yeah, we don't like Kuhl, but we cannot deny the man's ability. Kuhl scored an absolute worldie in that Arsenal game. Very similar one against Villa. The one against, I can never remember if it's Villa or not, but it's David James in net, and it's fucking outrageous. And he scores that one against Sheffield Wednesday outside of his boot, and that one is also outrageous. I'm with the husband now, and he said he never changed his name himself. YouTube itself must have done it because of the wordplay. No, it's everybody's at it, Mimi. That's what we're saying at the start. I know it's not important to you right now, and rightly so, but it's everybody's has changed. It's like done something weird to everybody's name. But you've got to go into your settings, apparently, as somebody explained. Got it sent back to normal. Hit them likes for us, JT. Yes, Jay, appreciate you, brother. I am, however, gonna have to go for a piss. So, as we do,
yo, yeah. One of a kind, one at a time. Only gotta get a gun on my mind. Hitting my grind, city sublime. I'm trying to find the rest of my mind. It's been defined as being benign, but I ain't got time. It's hard to find. I'm sitting in line. I'm hitting my chime. I'm on the decline. I'm up for the climb. I'm rapping for rappers that never get mine. Rapping for rappers that never get wise. Rapping for rappers that nothing but lie. Rapping for rappers that snap on the spies. Rapping for rappers that clap on the mice. Rapping for rappers that rap at the skies. Clapping for rappers to pass the time. Chopping at rappers that never get wide. I'm hacking at rappers. I'm snapping the spine. Rapping at rappers. I'm mapping the mind. Slapping the slappers that follow behind. I've gathered them others. I've mastered the mind. I'm one of them kind of finds a mighty fine kind of guy. I'm fine as wine. I've got too much fucking time, but before I'm up I'll shine. I'm about to find, I'm out to dine and fight with Pennywise. And I quick apologise if it's easy, write my lines. It's just a line, but it's my time. Hit my main high, yo, I'd like to die before I'm circumcised. Nothing but living in fear, kicking a coffin but never to cheer. Giving them something that's ever so rare. Sniffing a pussy, they're putting in here. We're living a pussy, they're cutting it clear. Living for nothing but finding a beer. Thinking of stopping but never been near. Drinking be popping up why I'm here. Sticking and swapping, I'll never be dropping. I'm having a coffee, I'll never be coughing. I'm ticking, I'm talking, I'm wide awake. Hitting a profit, you're taking a bit. Getting a profit, let's make a break. Getting a brothel, let's make a tip. Create the story, make a day. Get to glory, then we'll play.
I saw you looking. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me, guys? Hey. We're back. It doesn't happen to goats of the field, that's why, Mimi. You deserve it. It's well, that's why when Gomez, when it was said, when he said Gomez said he liked the name, I thought, well, I've got a track called Gomez, but I won't bring it up now because he's just going to think I'm trying to just, steal the limelight. But that is the reality. And I would play Gomez War Piglet, but unbelievably, I get copyright struck for my own tracks. So, ask fucking Christopher Biggins about that, or Jaden Bogle. Peter Crouch. Shout out to Inches, love him. New man, new world order. Dennis Wise was great at 800 meters. Brian, Jack, James Hunt, Malcolm McDonald. I fucking no idea what's going on here. Living for nothing but living in fear, kicking and coughing but never to cheer, giving them something that's ever so rare, sniffing a pussy they're putting in here, we're living a pussy they're cutting it clear. Living for nothing but finding a beer, thinking of stopping but never be near, drink will be propping up why I'm here. Sticking a sopping, I'll never be dropping, I'm having a coffee, I'll never be coughing, I'm thinking, I'm talking, I'm wide awake. Superstars. I'll Google it, I've got enough time. Superstars. 80s TV show. What have you boys been watching? What have you boys been watching? What have you boys been watching? Go on, lad. Got a fucking hand up there near his torso in the impossible position. That looks like he's doing some form of a fucking like push up, pull up type thing while getting wanked off. Oh man, that's funny. I don't know, Brian Jack. Is this Brian Jack? 100 dips in under a minute. Walking about with no creatures. No fella back to hospital for a checkup. Stitches out tomorrow. Get up, JT. That's brilliant, dude. Crutches, I presume that means. I read out creatures as well, like a goon. Gomez, silent S. Yes, Dr. Curious. How do you get copyright struck for your own songs? Do you not own the license for it all? Yes, I do, Mimi, but the uploader takes, so basically like the way that when you're independent, you upload it via, really what I need to put a mark on my channel so that I can just play stuff. And then it can't, but I've uploaded it over different distributors over the years, you see. So I can't be arsed flicking through them all and finding it. So I'll just play tracks that I know won't get copyright struck. So when, like, sometimes Joe play one of my tracks and I make sure it's like not on any of my platforms, which is shit, really. It'd be better for me if, I could play my own songs, but that's why I've stopped releasing out. Biggins now an honorary badger. The Pumper Bumper. The Pumper Bumper Pumper. Brian Jack's living in Thailand. Brian Jack's getting the love here. Franjet said a massive ego, which made him easy to fleece selling wine to him. Des Drummond beat Malcolm McDonald's 100-meter record eventually. Fucking what the hell was this show? Featuring top athletes from different sports competing against each other in a series of non-traditional events to find the best all-round athlete. Fucking brilliant idea, that, though. Bring it back. You know, why not bring, like, proper, decent fucking... If you're going to go reality with it, because that's a reality type of show, isn't it? Stop selling like I'm off on a world holiday with my neighbour's dog. It's like, that is not anything anybody wants to watch. However, this fella here pulling that face with a man like wanking him off, that is something you want to watch. You know what I mean? To find the best athlete, that's a banger, is that? The show is remembered fondly as a fun and exciting competition that pitted famous athletes against each other in a variety of events. That's mint. Light-hearted, proper serious, competitive. I'm all for it. I've stopped taking piss out of him now. No way. Sorry, mate. Bring on the king. Get him on Superstar. See how many dips he can do. Fucking what a whopper. It's not YouTube, in fairness. It's the distributor. AO. It's fucking daft. I thought that were Kevin Keegan, to be fair. I'd seen him on it, yeah. I like Kevin Keegan, me. That was the dips, yeah. I thought it must have been, yeah. Oh, it does tickle me, that. Is that an... So, I mean, it were better when there was like a big comment to cover it up. Like, need to find a big long comment. Somebody put like a double the amount, so it like covered it up. It's not working now. Oh, this will do it. It's funny to me, that. Sad bastard, so I am. The Yorkshire Triathlon's brothers nearly beat Kelly Holmes in the 800 meters. Are you going Google crazy, Roger? Shout out to JT. On the bounce back, it's lad. Be flying into them fucking reducers in no time, kid. Ronnie Pickering. Did I talk about that tractor lad last week? I fancy it, but it gave me a right fucking hiding. He did not. He did not look happy. Crazy. Like the best fucking video in history, that. Genuinely BMG. How do you know it's not him in general? Yeah, it is. Ron Pickering. It might have been him anyway. Look at that. It's fucking horrible, isn't it? So you put Ron Pickering, this bloke that's probably achieved so much in his life, and then fucking directly next to it, you've got Ronnie Pickering there leaning out of the car having a go at somebody. Do you know what I mean? So you got this fella that's probably achieved everything. And then you've got 7 years ago today, Ronnie Pickering broke the internet. It's like, what went wrong, man? What went wrong? I mean, it's not as funny as that, or that. But it's still pretty funny. We can all concede it's still pretty funny. Did he get back on back? It doesn't surprise me, you know. All the footy players had arm like knitting needles. Yes, I did BMG, to be fair. Because I saw the reason why I put 2 and 2 together is because when I typed him in, he was the first person that popped up. And this is, yeah, he's got like all burns down his arm from the bike. I might fucking watch that back, you know. Again, I'm doing it again. I'm doing that thing where I say I'm going to watch something and I know I'm not going to. Brian, come on, man. Let's have a look. I saw one of his photos, to be fair. 3-time Olympian. 79 is live and kicking and all. It's up. Who was that water skier in it? He were decent. That's curious. Like, he were decent. He got approval. He got thumb of approval. He were decent. They won't be able to do it now due to insurance for footballers. Yeah, but fuck the footballers off. You'll be able to get some fucking footballers in, won't you? Obviously, Kevin Keegan's a big name. You're not going to get any big names like that, but you'll be able to get some dross, won't you, from down lower. Or just go like retired internationals. Do you know what I mean? Looking for a book. I don't know, Ben Foster or something. He likes to put his face about, doesn't he? I like Ben Foster, by the way, but not that he watches this, but Brian Budd was a US football soccer player and he won their version, proper athlete. No messing about him, Brian Budd. Brian Jackson's a bit scary when I type him in, to be honest. He's got a crazy look in his eye. You got that crazy look in your eye. Man, you so does Brian Budd. He's got a fucking crazy eye, no. Too much money now. No way will clubs let players enter. Imagine risking Salah breaking his bollocks during burpees. He ain't got a certain tie. Remember Keegan getting a bad thrashing when parked in his car. I like Keegan, me. The opening music to Superstars was inspiring, says Roger Slicker. What did you do with it, Roger Slicker? Where did you go with it? What did it open your mind to? Where did the inspiration take you? What levels did it take you to? Did it bring you to the heart? Did it bring you to the mind? Did it bring you to the eye, the ear, or the mouth? Jamie Shack would win it. Absolutely, yeah. Or Cy Byram. Roger Slicker not happy with me suggesting he uses Google, which, you know, you have an account on YouTube, which means you've got an account on Google, but I don't need Google. I don't need a calculator. I don't need my laptop. I don't need a vehicle. Josh Barrington stormed off after they didn't count all of his squat thrusts. It sounds mint, this. It sounds proper like, you know, competition to the highest order. That pig of Keegan looks like he's having his first shit for a fortnight. It's fucking brilliant. That's what I like about Keegan, though, man. He can't help himself. And I actually, as much as I think he obviously cares about how he looks, in general, because, you know, you don't have like big, long, silly hair like that and not care what you look like and be a famous footballer and not care what you look like. There's a weird honesty to Keegan. And I know we all saw it in the interviews and stuff and he was like mad. But there's like a certain thing to him. That's like an honest, you know, he just wants to win, doesn't he, there? He's not bothered about... He's not bothered that, you know, I mean, granted, you know, there's only 50 of us in the room here at the moment, but he's not bothered that this is the topic. Do you know what I mean? 30, 40 years on or whatever the fuck it is. He's just competing. Oh, funny to me. I mean, it's better that than that, isn't it? If you were to laugh at me, you know, like if you were to come at me on a Thursday night after a few pints and go, look at that photo here, I find that funny just because it's funny. I don't find that funny. I don't find that picture funny because I just think, whereas that picture's funny because it's funny. I'm not laughing at him. If I was to find that funny, I'd be laughing at him. Do you know what I mean? That's funny because it's funny. That's funny because I'm laughing at him. And there is a difference. And you know it, and you know it. I'll check it out, Dr. Curious, I think. Did anybody hear about Kevin Keegan getting beaten up in his car late at night? Strange rumours going around at the time. Or is that what see, somebody said that. I thought it just meant like paparazzi style. Fucking awful. It was Mark Hazelwood. I'm more interested to know who Mark Hazelwood is. Oh. The Welsh manager. I was hoping that would be Aronson would be good at it. But Aronson would be pulling faces like that for sure on dips. Oh, it's tickled me. It's probably not as much as it should have done, that photo, but druggies robbed him. Fucking hell, man. It were good, Gomez, but I've got to say, did you struggle to fucking know what he was talking about for significant parts of it? The bloke has got a brain like a cobweb. It like goes, he's like in the middle of it. He's the spider, and it just goes fucking like. I mean, to be fair, we've been on here for 2 hours talking absolute shit. But you know, I mean it in like the sense that you only give him 25 seconds and he's gone. The story's changed completely, and we've never got to the punchline of this. And then the new story arrives in like midpoint. So like that's why it's like a web. The story would begin like that, and then you pick the rest of the story up over here, but it's not the same story. And then finish to the edge of the web, sorry, Badger. And then knock the badger out on the way through as well. But yeah, it was entertaining, but I struggled to sit through it a bit. So I thought, I was like, what the fuck is he on about? It's just story time. Paul Volta became. These guys are well remembered. Mimi's back home. Monday we got the news and they operated today. They've moved half a bowel, but she said she already feels better. That's crazy, Mimi. That's so mad. Agreed, Mimi. How long is she in hospital for now then, Mimi? It's terrible. You kept that quiet, Ming. I did BMG. There's something about him. There's something special for him. Fucking hell, guys. Is that when Keegan got chinned? Bruce Jenner won gold in 1976. Daley Thompson finished 17th, beat by a woman. Keegan did more dips at the after show party than he did on the bars. It's fucking got me up line and sink of that. I'm keeping that screenshot. I need to save some of these screenshots because I've just fucking looked up at my when I don't like stuff being on my desktop, and then obviously when I'm pissed up doing this, stuff ends up on my desktop. Look at that, honey. Which one's she? So remind me which one she is. And but we've got the honey, but we've also got the fucking. We've also got the guy that you wouldn't leave your kids with. Which is better? I personally would have to go with that one. I think that's the best one. It looks like he's having a fist duck him. JT getting the love it deserves. Understood. Mike Hazelwood. This bloke's just got a big beard. Bobby Nutt went out with a fit 400. Fucking. If you're not using Google, Andy, I don't know what is. That's where Come Off It Bob Man comes from. You can see him having a go at fucking Gaza Spidergate. Gaza Spidergate. My favourite YouTube vid is Hawkerstone Hillbillies 2012. Also that Twitter video where Alioski is rocking the tunnel and every Leeds player is like, yeah, and what? Yeah. You talk, it was some mad money. Yes, it affects many, done it. It's terrible. Bremner did get a bit unlucky, to be fair. Because Johnny Giles' throat's right up, doesn't he? Of like, it's a bit sneaky of him, to be fair. And to be fair to Keegan, he takes it like a beast, and then Bremner ends up in an all-out brawl with him. Left Leeds after he scored and flicked a V sign to the crowd who'd been giving him grief. Don't think he played for us after that. Understood. BMG. Fucking my fucking skin again. It's terrible how common cancer has become. 60 years ago it was somewhat rare. Now it's everywhere. Thank you, AO. Appreciate you, brother. How's your knee, JT? See, how's your knee, JT works, but I think how's your knee, JT works better, you see. So if you slap a comma in there, ass ripper, you're onto something. They had tried to do KO, but unfortunately wasn't able to, and they had to fully open her up. It's going to be a while, I imagine, but doctors won't say much because she's higher than holy hell at the moment. Yeah, I can imagine. At least it's on the men, though. At least it's getting sorted. When anaesthesia wears off, they will tell us all more information, most likely in the morning. Yes, Mimi will keep us posted. Fucking horrible. I must admit I was a bit sad to see. I must admit it was a bit sad to see. Thought it was funny how he said he could not believe players who get paid £300,000 a week can't trap a ball. Who's that you're on about? Biggins? Did Biggins say that? Is it Big Biggins? All good, pal. Back in hospital tomorrow, mate. Get all sorted, hopefully. I can get a bath without messing about with my knee not getting wet. When you've got a dangle, when I broke my leg, you've got to put it in this sock. And then I had to dangle it out at bath like that all the time. It's fucking horrible. It used to do my head in. And the bag was actually there to put my leg in the bath. But I thought, well, what's the point? Because if the leg goes in the bath with the bag on and the bag doesn't work, then my leg's wet and then I'm off to hospital like that. So there's no point getting in the bath. Just don't put it in the bath. I should have been better off fucking the bag off. I remember falling over, like my mate winding me up. I tried to get to him and he just dropped his shoulder and I went straight over back at sofa and just holding leg up in air like it were a pint glass, like that. Just like, no, drop the pint. Oh! And leg just remained in air. Here we go with some nonsense here. You've got some stories, Roger Slicker. I once stood next to Kevin Keegan. It's just that I once stood next to him. Did you say hello to him, all? I once stood next to Kevin Keegan in the Black Bull in Wetherby in 1984. I think he was playing for Newcastle at the time. I believe you, Roger Slicker. That's the madness of it. But it's I stood next to him in Wetherby in 1984. And you think he was playing for Newcastle at the time. You're not sure who he was playing for, but you knew you knew everything about that moment. You knew the year, I bet you knew the date. I can break it down for you if you don't have to Google it. Where you was, what the boozer was. Love it. Bad that. Back in time for the Fennelly. What is the meaning of Fennelly? Serious-minded, responsible, and stable. There was no Paul, was there, in the end? Me pushing to get that name changed, Roller Blunt. The rhododendrons. What's the plant? I was expecting a lot more carnage from that BMG. Oh, is that, yeah, that Chicky? I do think she was probably best of the bunch. I mean, obviously, it's a toss-up between these two, but if I had to pick, I'd probably just. Did we do Helen last week? I don't want to go back into this. Yeah, did we do this last week? I seem to recognise her old face, but don't think we did, to be fair. Knox on it as well. Impressive. Yes, Roller Blunt back in fucking business. Yeah, boy, get up. Got Roller Blunt back, guys. Fuck. Yeah, I agree. But the Bremner Keegan one were in a bigger game though, wasn't it? But the Francis Lee one, that is fucking brilliant. It's just funny because on I can't remember what they've done, but Fabulous World of Freak Football, the video I used to watch all the time when I was a kid. All the fact that he did like 3 or 4 fighting scenes And the other two fighting scenes were like just big tackles that ended up in a bit of a ruckus and a few people like kicking each other. And then the two major fight scenes were Johnny Giles and Billy Bremner, Kevin Keegan. And then the other fight scene, which was like played a couple of clips later, was Norman Hunt and Francis Lee. Exquisite. I might get a copyright strike for it, but we should do a watch along and watch Fabulous World of Freak Football together because it was piss funny. Off subject, Jack. Commentary getting extremely high scores on the Frank Lampard. They will collapse. It'll all come crashing down like it always does. I was in Coventry today and I didn't speak to anybody about it, but it's just an observation that I thought I'd make. But they'll clumber. How much do you want to put a bet on? Any team in the first 9 games that wins 5, draws 4. I knew that they're not lost. I didn't realise they'd won 5, to be fair. Top at bins. But they're only 1 point above Middlesbrough. They're only 3 points above Leicester. They're only 3 points above above Preston. They're only 4 points above Stoke. They're only 4 points above QPR. They're only 5 points above West Brom. They're only 5 points above Millwall. They're only 6 points above Ipswich. They're only 6 points above Bristol. They're only 7 points above Watford. They're only 7 points above Swansea. They're only 7 points above Charlton. They're only 7 points above Portsmouth. They're only 7 points above Hull. They're only 7 points above Birmingham. If you want me to go on further than 7, then we can do, but I'll stick at 7. And Birmingham are 16th in the league. If you're 7 points off 16th, you're not top. You're not bottom. But you're not. There's a long fucking way to go. That's how mad the Championship is. They're top. They haven't lost a game. And they're 7 points off 16th in the league. So fucking crazy competition. And then if we're going to be daft, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10, 11. They're 11 points off 20th. They're 12 points off 21st. They are 13 points off 22nd, 13 points off 23rd, and 16 points off bottom of the league. Early doors is my point. Early doors. He's back in the building, Mimi. We've got him back. We've got him back proper. BMG. And then you watch him, unfortunately, lose his job by Christmas. With his stock allegedly risen. Smash a like for us, guys. I forgot. For every inch, have a pinch. Jaden Bogle looking good for this weekend. Can we change the underlap to Wednesdays late on Thursdays? Mark Bradley. Wednesdays are my bogey day, the rock hard. I'm going to try and get some guests on a Wednesdays because I can sometimes get back a little bit earlier. But currently, unfortunately, not. So, I hate to admit, and it also keeps me out of pub a bit, Mark. Even though I'm still obviously boozing, but Thursdays used to be like the beginning of my weekend, which ended up, not being particularly good for me in the long run. So, just a few steady beers. I know I'll go out for a beer beforehand after work. I've got to meet my mates, but there's a reason for me to come back now. So I've done it an hour earlier to get me out that bit early. I've got to go. Got to go before I get tiddly, and it ends up being 10:30 when I'm coming online. So I agree, to be honest. I actually think he looks a little bit. He wasn't scared of it, but he looked like a bit of a deer in headlights because Francis Lee is swinging, isn't he? And Hunt sort of goes over. But that's a fight. I know that sounds silly, but it's not. They're not looking for anything other than just Francis Lee is trying to knock his head off, and he's not trying to. He's just trying to rip his head off. It's amazing stuff. I'm glad you've admitted that, Roger Slicker. I know you don't deep down you don't like Leeds. That's probably why you've admitted that. But I'm joking. Oh, big lad, we've moved it to Wednesday. It's Wednesday. We've sorted it. Cheers, Mark, you fucking madhead. Underlap plus we could try, couldn't we, roll a blunt? Thank you, Mark. You're a fucking ledge. You'd be bending it in though, mate. Even if you've got a thumb it in, you'll bend it in. Good quote by someone who said Carlton Palmer can trap the ball further than I can kick it. I used to like Palmer for us. Yeah, I look back fondly at Palmer on the basis that I think he's really funny in that do I not like this or do I not like that or whatever it's called with Graham Taylor, God rest his soul. But he's funny in that. He's a character, is Palmer. No, it's just in terms of for me to deliver, Arse Ripper. I don't want to murder your work. It's your rhymes, mate. These are the rhymes. These are the times. It's your work. But it's just for me to get your delivery across the best I possibly can. Because we see it, we can't hear it, so we speak it to the ear. Bradley's getting the love he deserves. He's one of the West Coast Warlords, is Mark Bradley, no doubt about it. I don't think so. Hunter split Lee's lip and Lee threw loads of punches and didn't land anything. He admitted it. That's why he was so angry. BMG's not having it, but I whether who won the fight, possibly not. Then I didn't know about the split lip, in all fairness, but we cannot deny that Francis Lee wasn't going in because the footage I've seen, he is going in. In 1984, I ran a race. I win that race. I don't want to go on about it, but I did. In 1984, well, I wasn't born. In 1992, I'm not going to do it. CH, when I lived in Leeds, I asked Freddie Flintoff for an autograph in the Ark in Headingley on a tissue and he blew his nose on it. CH. As the guy who debunks football stories met Roger. Yeah, no, yeah, the fucking... In 1984, I was drunk and potentially stood next to everyone in the pub. Roger's like, you do bring it on yourself a little bit, to be fair. Ellen Millam in Caligula. That film was in the Prem shaving. The Prem shaving? Like flange. Carlton Palmer's used Leeds United. He was stopping at Woodhall. Screwing birds, keeping taxi drivers waiting. What are you on about, man? That is so funny, though. Screwing birds, keeping taxi drivers waiting, not even tipping them. Oh, if that is true as well, man, I like him even more. I like a dickhead, me, anyway, so I actually do. I think dickheads are funny. It's just like, I don't like them knowing them. And if he sat in taxi and he's not tipping them, I mean, I don't tip anybody anymore, them days are done, but, you know, that's not true, to be fair. I'm being unkind on myself. But keeping taxi drivers waiting, screwing birds, it's just like, oh, I don't know. That's funny to me at this point. I saw Johan Cruyff at the Baron of Beef on Idle Road in 1975. My mate, Bugs Blower, got his dog run over on the way back. Martin J. Cook, love the story, man. I'm not sure. For which poster? What in terms of fucking Biggins, Keegan? Oh shit, sorry, fucking Biggins, Keegan, Pervor Peed, or Hot Somalia. Oh, was it Charity Shield? That, yeah, the brawl, it was Charity Shield, yeah, well. When I retire, standing next to people could be a cool hobby. I was sent to Coventry. Yeah, I don't go for laugh. Remember the gut on Franny Lee, and he was a goal machine. Lots of pens, yes, but also loads of goals in open play. Look at his face. Just look at his face. He was a big boy. Wanted to say he was tiny as well, wasn't he, Francis Lee? You were quite small, were he? He did as well. 1.73 meters. Have to do that in feet. 5'6", yeah. You want big. Big dick daddy. Do not worry tonight, Mimi, or in general anyway, but try my hardest not to be rude or ignore anybody, just doing 50 things at once at the moment. I'm grateful for this week. Thursday night, Palapaluva, more than ever, though, honest. Mimi, you're a legend, do not fear. Everybody knows what day it is. Dutch Curious, 2 + 2 is my forte. That's my bread and butter. 2 times 2 I've got in the locker, but it's still challenging. And then obviously tricky on from that. Love it, BMG. That's what we like to hear. Oh, it's tremendous. Long may it continue, War Piglet. Agreed, Roger. Very, very, very nice of you, Andy, as well, by the way. He used to get the train when at Leeds match. Remember seeing him. The daughter's B-Day tomorrow, says Arse Ripper. Shout out to Arse Ripper's daughter, which sounds wrong to say, but it's right. I feel, well, 10 minutes, but I'm doing all right. You know, I Googled that today when I pulled over today and I thought, fuck it, I'm going to Google it because I had a couple of ideas. I thought we could have a bit of a laugh here. I could find some tunes that nobody would like, but maybe wouldn't get copyright struck, but it's not a reality, JT. I can't do it. The only way I can do it is, I think, to go private with it. Or just do it live and then delete the video. And if you're not there for the live, you miss it. Appreciate you, Mark Bradley. You're the boyo, mate. Happy birthday to your baby girl for tomorrow, Arse Ripper. Agreed. Roger Slicker. Jack, are you on watch long duties this Saturday? I certainly am, Andy. And if you're here from the start, you absolute part-timer, you'd know that by now. Franny Lee was a solid, soiled, hard little geezer. He was. 40. It's quality age, big lad. Franny Lee was like a guy from Spoons after 8 snake bites. Yes, he goes, doesn't he? Great age, agreed, JT. Might start on Weds, but I will finish on Thursday. Roger Slicker. Franny Lee was a cheating sod, always looking to con the ref for a penalty. Yeah, he was a proper diver, wasn't he? He dives a few times in that. That's why they end up scrapping, innit? Someone said that from Franny Lee took a penalty. It's so hard that the keeper tried to get out of the way. And that'll probably be a match fixing, in fairness, but just spread that lovely cake there. Solomon, I feel like I'm going to enjoy this. In 1984, I drank my first beer in a pub wearing school uniform. Nobody stood next to me, but I was definitely there. I knew I'd enjoy it. I just think that's true as well. But it's good. And you know it. You know it. And you know it. Franny Lee talked about the Hunter fight and said that Hunter split his lip. Then they both got sent off. And he just lost it. Well, the sort of like, that's the bad fucking world of yesterday, isn't it? Yesteryear. They're walking off together. That'd like never happen now, would it? It's like, you know, the refs are fucking bouncer. Everybody gets involved. But they're like walking off and the camera cuts to them. For the camera to cut to them as well is immense. Because normally they'd be like, oh, don't show it. We can't show anything. Just fucking show him brawl on live on TV. And why not? You show fucking boxing. Just let's watch them kick 10 bells of shit out of each other. Let's see who wins fucking hockey duel. It's mint. Went to Ashes in Oz. Asked David Gower for a photo and he agreed. Asked him to get standing behind me. Couldn't believe he fell for it. I was a drunk guy in the corner, stood next to Mick Jagger. Never said hello as I don't talk to kids. He's got the moves, lads. Yes, JT. Appreciate if we can get them likes up, guys. The fucking channel's collapsed over the past few days. So literally, it's fallen like a fucking lead balloon. So I appreciate you all in here. It's much appreciated. He did not ass rip. He was fucking tiny, man. Little stocky fuckers like Franny Lee are the worst to fight. Oh, it just depends. It depends. You can't call it, can you? 78 RPM. You can't call it. There's a bit of luck involved in a scrap and all. Let's have it right. Franny Lee invented diving. If I met Franny Lee in a pub in 1984, I'd have glassed the cheating twat. Solemn, it's too strong. It chuckled me just because the 1984. I think I'll let you get away with glassing him in your mind if you'd have said, if he stood next to me in a pub in 1984, you'd have got away with more from me there. Benny from Crossroads came to Weatherby Solo. Half the time we're there to see him. With that, what year were that in, Roger Slicker? Diving pig. Absolute pig. Worthless pig. Oh, Daddy's proud, you worthless pig. A good commentary was France, Portugal in 1984, so everybody stop saying fucking 1984, guys. Enough 1984 talk. I'm keeping quiet on the meme multitasking, staying out of that one. Roller blunt. Not tonight, mate. It's not 1984 anymore. Barry Cryer in Leeds Station. Any shirt for best channel? Matt Bradley. We're going to fucking get some sort. We're going to get them raffled off, aren't we? We're going to get them raffled off. Just do winner takes it all once a week. There'll be one lucky underlapper. So if we make, we'll have to make them limited edition there so that, you know, they're worth having. If we just make like one. Lionel Blair. I thought I knew we were. Fucking hell, we get through it all here. This is the last fucking screenshot of the night, I think, but this is one of the best ones yet, I think. It's one of the best ones out of the past 2 weeks. We've done a lot of images last 2 weeks, haven't we, guys? But get up. Imagine meeting him in working. Oh, it's done it again. I don't delete the last one. Imagine meeting that in working, like, it'd be all right. Have you ever busked for coin? Yes, I have actually, Andy. Yeah. I saw Mike Summerby at Leeds Station. He asked me for a blowjob. What? No. You fucking shut me up a bit then, man. Pertwee. With the DJ live stream, I watched Shotty doing it. And that DJ Delia, she's quality. If you didn't know or hadn't heard of her, defo worth a watch. They don't delete it after. Way to get around it. Maybe if you don't monetize it or something. I don't know, but I just know that they don't. I'll try. I will. I'd back amps and all roller blunt 100%. I'd be right behind the BOWYER. Bates on here. Agreed, Mimi. That'd be tremendous. You're too kind. Who remembers the 12-year-old Rory McIlroy asking for Roy King's autograph? Yeah, who remembers? Because I remember in 1984, a 6-year-old Rory McIlroy stood next to my great granddad in a pub, and he said hello. Yes, CH. Seems bizarre when you've been handing out them when you've been delivering them memberships all afternoon, and then you become a member. You'd think, really, CH, at this point, when you deliver so many memberships, the membership would be given to yourself. That would be my will, for the channel. Get rid of this guy. Sometimes I don't look at the screen for a bit. Yeah, my will would be that you sort of receive this woman when and if you require her in the a time slot of your choosing, like mailed to you, and then you receive your own membership, because it seems harsh that you're gifting them out and then you don't even get your own. It seems like YouTube, get it sorted. Oh, understood. Ask for a PS. 67. Yes, indeed. It's been 34 years since we won a top flight league title, and fucking Premiership curse needs to break. It's going to be probably another 34 years before we win it again and all, lad. We need to set our sights on different goals, guys. That's why when everybody pisses and whinges about FA Cup and Carabao Cup or whatever, let's win something. So if we don't win one of them, we're never going to win out in my lifetime. So, Dick Dastardly, welcome. I don't know. Franny Lee could be fun. I like Franny Lee, though. I think I'm putting fucking Biggins up top, BMG. I also saw Gary Glitter in Leicester Square before any of the scandals were known. Even though you'd have still seen him, it was still visible even after the scandals. I don't know, I don't know. I think when it comes to scrapping, it's a bit of a different ball game. I was one in 1984. You was the one in 1984, JT. In 1984, me and my best mate convinced 2 French girls we were in the Stray Cats. Ooh la la la. Were they naughty? A guy stood near us was called Roger, I believe. Slicker. Were they naughty? Ooh, la la la. Were they naughty? Walked past Ellery Hanley in Sainsbury's at Moortown and saw Adrian Morley at the Chained Bull in Moortown a few years ago. Saw Anelka Rice go past Leeds Market. Oh, Mark, dude. He's at it again. He's at it again. He's a fucking maniac. Cheers, Mark. Say it every week, but I have to sort something out for these super chats because it's fucking ridiculous. What do we do, Mimi? Think of something. Somebody give me an idea. Something to do for the super chats. Shout out to MVG, Ming, Julie Neary, Pat Dunn, CH, Chris Horsworth for being that fucking provider out on that one wing. Ningy, Roller Blunt and Mimi. Roller Blunt and Mimi again. Ming, Mark Bradley, CH, Mark Bradley. You're a madhead, Mark. CH, all of you. I love you all. You're the greatest. I was, Andy. Yes, indeed. Keep the channel thriving, one and all. True warlord style. I'm off night all. Thank you, Mark. You're a fucking ledge, mate. The channel will carry on, guys, while ever there's views are coming in. So as long as there's views, I'll do it. It's not. You don't have to fucking. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate every which one here. Shout out to BMG for no reason at all. Thank you, AO. He'd be on that like that dip and fucking go, wouldn't he, as well? Get rid of fucking biggins. Just to show you again. It's on that dip and roll in it, and he goes and he's underneath, he's on like your knees, and he comes up. He's like, work the body, target the cheese. Like, fuck. And he'd be fast in there, in that on the inside, I reckon. The dangerous bastard. If that's in reference to me busking, no, I haven't, Roger. But again, I'll check it out. Probably will, but I do mean it at the time. Mimi, appreciate it. Yeah, there is like a hype thing on Twitter now. Yep, Twitter. On YouTube, we can hype the videos. You get 3 hypes a week or something. If you want to spend your hype, if you want to hype the videos, you get 3 a week or something. They're free, but you only get a certain amount of points a week to spend or something. I don't really overly look at it. I'm sure Just Joe dominates the hype scene. I'm sure you're all throwing love on them. I'm talking shit now. What do you mean, Roger Slicker? The brutal man. I appreciate every which one here. Gomez, that's a good shout. That's a good idea, Gomez. Can definitely get that done. We won't, Gomez, but we definitely can think about it. It's something that I can think about in 2 or 3 weeks and go, I reckon if I just stopped doing stuff for 2 weeks, I get some sort and go, right, I've got it sorted, guys, we're ready. And you'd all be like, you haven't been here for fucking 2 I'm fucking watching you, cunt. But yeah. We're gonna go with a coincidence, Roger Slicker, but I'll let you work out whether or not you think it's a coincidence. But I'm out of here, guys. Shout out to each and every which one of you. Shout out to MVG, Ming, Julie Neary, Pat Dunn, CH, Chris Howarth, Roller Blunt, Mimi, and hopefully Roller Blunt and Mimi, hopefully you have a better few days than what you've had previous this week. Mark Bradley again, CH. Appreciate every which one of you. Dr. Kuras, take care. Look after yourself. Thank you, AO. JT, we'll get something sorted. Even if I'll just see. I'll just go live and we'll just have a look. We'll see. I'll sort something out. We'll be able to do something. That's what we like to hear as well. That's what we like to hear. We like to hear the love back and forth. Cheers, Ena. Take it easy, dude. Cheers, Anthony Keller, you legend, mate. Dr. Kuras, AO, JT, Mingy, Mimi, 78 RPM, Arslicker, Gomez Gang, BMG, for no reason at all, Dick Dastardly. Yes, indeed. I'm out of here, guys. Need a slash again. Oh, Mimi, behave yourself. Should have gone. Take it easy, Ming. Cheers, Luke. BMG for no reason at all. Thank you, Mimi. Please do as well. And drop us a message, or if I don't know if Roller Blunt's got us on Twitter, or I don't really use Instagram at the minute. But drop us a message. Do keep me updated on that, please, Mimi. It'd be appreciated. Nice one. I'll do a ship vid tomorrow, guys, and we'll go live on Saturday for game. Big game on weekend. Get a big hype video going tomorrow, but fucking hyping it. I'm not willing on to dip and work. Eat up. See you in a bit, everybody. Cheers, Mimi. Cheers, Peter White. In a bit. No shit.
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.